Real talk. Responding to a misguided critic who still doesn't get it. So we've got this guy, been on the channel for a minute, still can't wrap his head around basic solar principles. Even after we've shown him with real hardware, real lights turning on, and real power flowing from two charge controllers. Instead of learning, he doubles down on nonsense. Here's what he said. Two controllers. One controller let tell high amp of 100 low voltage 1 equals what 100 W. One controller of 100 V and 1 amps equals 100 watt. Total the battery, get 200 watt. Not 100 VX, 100 amps equals 10.000 watt. So I don't know what you try to do. But one you know, professor, two you did not study electro. Next you have to check the watt that it give and you find out. It's bullshit. Let's break this down for the audience, because we're not letting people like this scare you off with pseudo-math and misplaced confidence. First, the math is trash. This is the part where we show just how wrong and confused this guy is. 1. Nobody said 100 V times 100 A equals 10,000 W is what's happening. That's a fake scenario he invented just to shoot it down. That's called a strawman argument, and it's weak. 2. He says total battery gets 200 watts like he just uncovered a secret. Yes, genius. That's exactly right if both controllers are pushing 100 W each. 3. But guess what? We never said the battery magically jumps to 10,000 W. We said the two controllers are doing two different jobs. One handles low voltage, high current input. The other handles high voltage, low current input. Combined, they feed into the same battery intelligently. That's called stage charging, and it's been in the industry for years. Second, he ignores what's right in front of him. We're showing you. Dual charge controller setups. MOSFET-based switching. Pulse current delivery. LED panels powering solar. Batteries charging on microcurrent. And this guy's response is, it's bullshit. No. What's bullshit is pretending to know what you're talking about while clearly misunderstanding basic solar architecture. This isn't even new. Electricians, off-grid engineers, and industrial solar arrays have used parallel and stage charge controller setups for decades. Third, this is fear-mongering, not fact. He's not trying to learn. He's not asking questions. He's doing one thing. Trying to scare people away from a system that's already working, already tested, and already in use. And that makes him dangerous. Not because he's right, but because some of you might actually believe him if we don't shut this down properly. Hammer and wrench fourth. He doesn't understand modern energy systems. Let's talk about what we're actually doing here. One charge controller is amplifying light response from LEDs shining on a solar panel. Yes, that works. Another is boosting stage voltage from a buck converter or MOSFET-driven spike system. Also works. Together, they charge a battery with combined wattage, not voltage times current guesswork. We're harvesting transient energy, recycling spike currents, and using RF and nano harvesters as part of a layered system. This is a 1980. If you're calculating energy like it's all just static DC from a wall outlet, you've already lost. Collision, final word. Stop listening to stupid. This guy can't accept what's right in front of him because it means he was wrong the whole time. So for my real audience, if you're building this yourself, don't let trolls like this make you second-guess what you can already see with your own eyes. Test it, build it, measure it. That's the only truth that matters. For him, you didn't study electro, my guy. You misread the manual and then yelled scam at the people actually building things. Keep watching from the sidelines. We'll keep building systems you'll never understand. Now let's get into what he clearly doesn't understand, and what anyone with basic knowledge or even a 5-minute Google search could figure out. People have been using multiple charge controllers for years, decades even, and there's a reason for that. Look at these images. Picture after picture, setup after setup, showing people using 2, 3, even 4 charge controllers. And this isn't fringe experimentation. This is common practice in real-world solar installations. Homes, cabins, off-grid vans, even professional energy farms. Why? Simple. Because sometimes you have mismatched solar panels. One might be an old panel, lower voltage, but decent current. Another might be new, higher voltage, but lower current. And instead of throwing the old one away, smart people hook both up using separate charge controllers. It works, it's tested, and it's industry approved. But let me break this down clearer, and I want this burned into your minds. Mismatched panels? Use multiple controllers. Industry standard. Want more amps from one source and higher voltage from another? Use two controllers. Thousands do. Got a cheap panel putting out 145V under LED light like Fred from Portugal did? Then pair that with a second source giving AMPS, a battery, and use two controllers. That's the entire idea. You already proved this with me. Many of you duplicated the test, saw the voltage spike under artificial light, and saw how a battery provided the amps through the second charge controller. And yet here comes this clown, try to rewrite physics with nonsense. This isn't a debate. It's sabotage. He wants to keep you, the public, stuck in confusion. Not because it's false, but because it threatens the business model. People like him are terrified that you're waking up to the scam. Go on YouTube. Look up how many people bought solar systems and got scammed. Look at the stories of people who spent thousands on big, bulky, unnecessary equipment, all while a tiny $12 panel and two charge controllers could have solved their problem. It was never about helping you become energy independent. It was about keeping you dependent. And now that I'm showing you that a small toy panel and smart switching can change everything, they're panicking. So now you see it. They've been doing this behind your back the whole time, selling you lies, flooding forums with false information, hiding in the comments, trying to shut us up. But we're not stopping, because you can't kill truth, especially when it's this well documented. This slideshow, this is your proof, your journey. This is what the future looks like, and no troll, no industry shill, and no manipulative critic is going to stop it. Scroll back. Look at the setups again. Ask yourself, who's really lying here?
So it would seem for some people it doesn't matter whether this was a solar industry or not. They want to be sold the store-bought solar panels that cost thousands and hundreds of your hard-earned money, when you can see Fred created a simple little small system, inexpensive, to run his solar system. Now, he did this. He built it. He created it. I'm asking you, take the time to see what we're doing and create it, so you can stop listening to the nonsense that they're trying to keep you away from this, trying to keep you buying those solar systems that's ripping you off. And these systems recharge itself. That's what they designed it to be, as we proved. We can prove it with AI. We can prove it by people doing these systems, and we keep acknowledging more and more people who are trying these systems. So it's up to you on what you're going to believe. But already, this is going to market.